Yeah, but they see the difference of the structure of the Western society is all the money's held by old people. The entire system is basically in the hands of retirees and all the wealth. So if you say all of their assets are down 75%, that is the wealth of the nation's gone.
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. In today's video, Raoul Pal dives into the future of Bitcoin, debating whether it has the potential to soar to $1 million or crash to zero in macro.
Yeah, let me just play out my thesis here, which is I don't disagree. You can't have assets going down 90%, the core collateral of the system, if they're debasing the currency because they go up optically because the currency is going down. The Venezuelan stock market goes up in Bolivar terms and down in dollar terms, right? So therefore, if your collateral keeps going up, which is what they learned in 2008, is we can backstop the entire thing by debasing the currency quickly, the collateral goes up, and hey presto, my debts aren't so bad. Okay, magic. It's not magic, as you know. It's a sleight of hand. It's not pure magic. What they're doing is robbing you in a different way. Okay, this has happened before. This is exactly what happened in the 1940s and 50s. Saddled with massive debts after World War II, the large economies did the same thing. Financial repression, they had yield curve control, which is buying of government bonds, keeping interest rates low, which we've seen, and they just printed money. And over time, the value of the debt had eroded. And what they'd managed to do was create a productivity miracle, which drove GDP growth. You are being slaughtered and you don't realize it. It all happened already. It is underway. And everybody's waiting for that. All the assets are down 90%. It can't happen. It simply can't happen because it all happened in 2008. In 2008, the world stopped. The whole debt system blew up. We had to have a debt jubilee of resetting all government debts around the world at zero so we could afford to service it. We've kept rates low. We've been then using the balance sheet of all of the central banks just to pay the interest on the debt from the previous cycles. This is this everything code thesis that you and I have talked about. So we are paying the debts by printing money, pure debasement. The system broke in 2008. We then changed the financial system with the Basel III agreements, which forced the banks to lend less and to hold more treasuries. Why? There's going to be a lot of supply of treasuries. The whole system, everybody's aware that it's broken. It broke. So what is going on now? Well, for it to actually broke, the down 90%, it's all going to be 1929 again. Can't you just see it? You're missing the point. They're debasing the currency by 15% a year. It adds up to a staggering loss of wealth. It is a tax that you don't see. 15% a year debasement is easier than increasing your tax rate 15%, which is politically unacceptable, which is what they need to do to pay the debt, because the printing of money just debases the currency. So you are paying it. We're all paying it.
After hearing several influential United States politicians embrace Bitcoin at the recent Bitcoin 2024 conference in Nashville, Tennessee, Bitwise's chief investment officer, Matt Hougan, says he left with one big takeaway: we're not bullish enough. In a July 31 post, Hougan said several recent promises made by these U.S. politicians have prompted him to rethink what's possible with Bitcoin. Among those promises were Republican Party candidate and former President Donald Trump's plan to build a strategic national Bitcoin stockpile, Wyoming Senator Cynthia Lummis' announcement of a Bitcoin reserve bill to clean up the country's $35 trillion debt crisis, and independent presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s promise to make the U.S. Treasury buy 500 Bitcoin per day until at least 4 million Bitcoin is reached. These ideas would have been the stuff of daydreams a year ago. But after what I witnessed last week, they look more likely than not, said Hogan. Less than 2 years ago, FTX was collapsing in a historic fraud. Bitcoin was trading at $17,000, and skeptics were dancing on crypto's grave. Now politicians are openly talking about building a Bitcoin Fort Knox. While Hogan didn't provide a price prediction, Michael Saylor, the mastermind behind MicroStrategy's Bitcoin investment strategy, estimated Bitcoin would reach $13 million before 2045, the Bitcoin 2024 conference. His bull case price prediction was even higher at $49 million, close to a recent prediction by crypto asset manager VanEck that Bitcoin could reach $52 million by 2050. Despite the bullishness, CoinGecko data shows that Bitcoin is down over 8% since it nearly touched $70,000 on July 29 and is still 13.4% off the $73,737 all-time high it set on March 14.
If I'm right that AI plus robots is infinite productive units, and you see how fast it's coming, you literally are not capable of understanding what an economy looks like beyond 2030. That's the problem I've got here. I'm not concerned about the cliff of death, right, that we're going through. I found an asset that I can invest in, crypto, or I could buy technology, and it's offsetting the mess of the debasement, so I'm fine. What's harder is to say, what the hell does an economy mean after 2030 when you've got endless AI and robots and AGI? What is a company? What value do you provide in that world, or I provide? We sit there talking to people about it and thinking our way through it, but both you and I are developing AI tools of which we will have a digital Tom and a digital Raoul, and we don't even need to turn up to these, and they'll do a pretty good job. We're both working on these things, right? But are we going to be just replaced? The point being is, when you go to, like, Nick Bostrom, who is the key thinker about this at Oxford University, who wrote the book, I can't remember the famous book about the whole kind of where the future's going. There's a group there, an economics group there, who share the same concerns as me. It's like, if this is right, you could double GDP in a year, global GDP, or a week. What do companies mean when AI... I have a theory that OpenAI is using AGI to build its own AI, which is why they're iterating so fast with, 500 people? It's fucking madness what they're doing, how fast they're iterating. I've never seen anything like it. Even Elon Musk is like, I've never seen anything like what's going on here. The more we have AI, to build businesses, the faster and faster this goes. So, in answer to your question, the explosion could be the other way around. It might not be the economy imploding. It could be the economy exploding in a way that we don't even know how to deal with it. What do humans mean? What is our job? All of this stuff you and I have talked about. I actually worry about very different things. I don't worry about the economy going down the toilet, because I know how they're dealing with that. They've kind of set the rule book. I can make money from that. That's okay. It's this other bit. That's the hard bit. That's more scary.
Listings for pairs of Donald Trump's limited edition orange Bitcoin-themed sneakers have already made their way onto eBay, with scalpers hoping to sell their spot in the pre-order queue for as much as $2,500. At the time of writing, there are 12 listings on eBay for the Bitcoin orange-colored high tops. Prices start as low as $700 via a live auction, but range as high as $2,500 with a or best offer condition. One offer jokingly set a price of $69,999. The shoes have come on sale just days after the Bitcoin 2024 conference in Nashville on July 25, where Trump promised to create a strategic national Bitcoin stockpile, meaning that if he were reelected as president, the U.S. government would never sell any of the $12 billion in confiscated Bitcoin it holds in reserve. Trump has changed his tune on Bitcoin over the last few years. In 2021, the former president described Bitcoin as like a scam and said he had no interest in cryptocurrencies, which he claimed were technically worthless compared to an asset like the US dollar. However, at the beginning of this year, Trump pivoted quickly to being an advocate for Bitcoin and other digital assets. On May 26, Trump first took aim at President Joe Biden over his administration's harsh crypto policy, declaring that the U.S. must not settle for anything but the top place in the crypto industry. On June 16, Trump vowed to end Biden's war on crypto, if here to clinch an election victory on November 4. And do not forget to subscribe to Bitcoin Seller. The most important news will reach your inbox on a daily basis and for free. I do not know why you have not subscribed yet. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more daily updates. Remember, knowledge is power, and we're here to empower you on your financial journey. Until next time, happy investing.